Hey guys, how's it going? This is Ari here, bringing you a XSplit video, and this is actually going to be a Restoration Druid guide. This is both covering PvP and PvE aspects, mainly talent-wise. Gear-wise, I guess I don't really have to go into gear. I'll tell you some of the stats that I use, but Restoration Druid is, I've been told, is probably the worst healer to play on in player versus player. It's really good with some of the comps such as Shadow, Priest. That's about as far as I know. That's from my experience. Shadow Priest is probably the best one so far because of the crowd control, and your roots allow them to cast out like the spells that they need. Their dots don't do a lot of damage, but when they actually get some, free casts, off casts on a guy that's in the middle and like in the open, they deal some heavy damage. I have seen Shadow Priest out of my arena teams. I have looked away for 5 seconds. I'll look back. He has finished the healer off while the rogue was chasing me the whole time. And then just an easy pickings. The only ones we actually had a hard time last time picking were survival hunters. But this is not survival hunter video. This is a Resto Druid video. First of all, let's cover the talents, because it's the first thing you need to know. This talent spec has allowed me to raid as well as PvP severely well. Now, this is not even just like, oh, it's good. No, this is a really good build. I've pulled in maximum amount of healing. Hello, organ riding woman. Anyway, the spec has allowed me to, like the way I have set it up, is allows me to pull a lot of healing, whether I'm being damaged or not, whether I'm in PvP situation or we just fighting a boss in like Dragon Soul. So let me get on and start talking about some of the particularly needed skills, and particular skills you don't really need with the way I play. So what my whole game is, since, sorry for the mic, the whole time I play, especially in PvP, you can't really get a lot of like casts. You don't have enough time to cast. And a lot of in range situations, you get free casts easily here and there, left and right. But I decided, how about I just play like a warlock without needing to use shadow balls. I just pop all my hots, and down and just sit back, and kind of create the whole feel of like World of Warcraft pre-Kata, how some rested druids would just just pop a hot, sit back, hang out, res another druid to help them, both pop a hot, hang out. So this what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna really quickly cover the parts that are really needed. Heart of the Wild is needed due to the fact that it increases your intellect. That's about it. You need a lot of intellect as a rested druid because you don't really play too heavy on spirit. You need spirit, but you're not gonna have as much spirit as like a disc priest or holy paladin. Those guys have a ton of spirit. You get mana like that. Don't even need to use mana more than half the time. Natural shapeshifter, it allows duration of your tree form is increased by 6%. It's really nice. Plus also to go back out into travel form and back out of that and go bear to stun opponent. It works a lot. It works to advantage because you can use travel form often, especially in PvP. But it also allows your tree form to last longer, so you can just go tree and just start massively healing. Look at that. I'm a tree every single raid that I do. When my battle reses up, I go and res a druid. Alright. So to keep on going with my ideas, I would take one Blessing of the Grove to grab for your rejuvenation to do a little bit more healing, but not grab two. I'll tell you why later. Perseverance. We'll just call it that. Grab it to reduce all spell damage taken. In Dragon Soul, you have a lot of spell damage everywhere, fire mostly, and shadow. Helps out you to stay alive, helps out other healers, as well in player versus player, allows you to take damage from casters. Master Shapeshifter is needed for Tree of Life, caster form, increases all healing by 4%. That's just need. Improve regeneration, I'll grab the full thing of that. Increase the rejuvenation and swiftmend healing. As well as grab Nature Swiftness, because you can just get a free cast off of a long cast spell, such as maybe Heal and Touch, which I don't really use. I actually like to use it on regrowth due to the fact that it crits. Because I grabbed Nature's Bounty, it allows increase the critical effect of your growth by 60%, so you get crits every time. And crits can go up to from 18k to maybe 23k, and then you get a little bit of a hot with it, as well as activates your mastery. Or grab Living Seed. You're going to be critting here and there, so put in Living Seed on whoever you're trying to heal with. It could be one on you, and one on your friendly, and one on the other friendly, and one on the tank, or if your arena's with you and your friendly. It's a little bit of heal just to sit there. Revitalize, I would have it because you need mana. You need to have replenishment over and over and over. Allows your rejuvenation and life bloom to have 20% chance to instantly generate 2% of your total mana as well. It's a good amount of way to gain mana when you're low in spirit, when you're not a spirit or whole paladin. I would also grab my Phone's Gift. Whenever you heal with the life bloom spell, you have percentages cause Omen of Clarity. Then you can just help you spam regrowth whenever needed. I mean, look at that. It's a lot of healing, but is it worth the mana? Not if you have Omen of Clarity to help you out in the middle of that. Grab Nature's Cure, you want to, take away all the magic impairments. I would grab Wild Regrowth. It's an extra hot. You don't glyph it. Don't glyph it to make it 8 seconds long, so you can use it more often in PvP and PvE. It does a lot of healing, at least to me so far I've seen. Fluorescence. Some people choose not to grab it. I would say grab it. Grab it in PvP. If your guy is being completely secured down, just nowhere to go, can't do anything, and he's gonna have to, waddle in one area, place it there. You're gonna swift man them up there, and then you're gonna add an extra hot just on the ground. It's gonna heal him over a little bit, And if you want, jump in a circle, jump in that pool of glory, and enjoy the healing. You'll see the greens popping everywhere. I would say everybody grab it. Your swooping needs to be one of your priorities because you can cast it over and over and over and over and over. It's amazing. Plus, if you also macro it with berserking, it's great. It's a great way to, if you cast berserking in the beginning, you get a really good off burst from beginning to just, pair your friendly up or yourself up when you guys are going to get smacked around by reds and subs and arms and frost DKs. They're just the worst, but they're such good in damage and bursting. Some people just choose to grab Swift Rejuvenation, but you're honestly not going to spam Rejuvenation on one guy. You're going to maybe spam it in PvE, spam a bunch of guys, but honestly you can just pop Wild Growth whenever needed and keep Rejuvenation on the tank. And in PvP aspects, you don't really need to grab that because you're losing one talent point to put into something better. Honestly, it's the 0.5 seconds is not that heavy. The games tend to go a fair amount of time. You'll have plenty of time to cast Rejuvenation on everybody who needs it, unless you're completely locked down by 5 rogues and stuns over and over and over and over. And you're unlikely to see that unless you go 5 versus 5 and they just target you. Anyway, Gift of Earth Mother increases your healing down by your life bloom. Expires by 15%. You want them to expire, especially in PvP. And if not, you can just stack 3 of them on a tank. So let me see application for this PvP. So in PvP, you could stack 2. I usually stack 3 just to make sure there's hot stacking and use it in emergency. That's what I do. And then you have a bunch of healing off going, and then you have greens everywhere. Just greens, and boom, 42k. 42k. That's what happens. That is what's up. And also Rejuvenation spell, also instantly heal 50% of total periodic effect. It's just an extra heal to start off with. So just you're gonna cast it, and it's gonna heal after and after and after. No, you want a little bit of boost to begin there, even if it's just 15%, still something. And that's why you grab improved Rejuvenation to increase all the healing from Rejuve. 15% there, 50% there. Helps a ton. Now let's move up to other trees. After you grab Tree of Life, which in PvP is you want to use it in a perfect time because people tend to just hit up on a tree as soon as it comes up. Tree is just you have so much armor, so much healing going on. You can spam your abilities and just heal everybody up completely to the top. Their health bar will go up and break as green health bar will just start spewing everywhere, healing everybody else in the process. It's just so much healing. It's ridiculous. Lasts for 31 seconds, especially if you grab Natural Shapeshifter, which extends its Tree of Life form by 6 seconds. So I guess this was 25 to begin with. Nonetheless, it helps out a ton. Life blooms like crazy, wild growth like crazy, regrowth over and over and over, entangle and roots whenever you need to CC, and wrath when you just want to finish guys off. It's just fun when you kill one guy and the other guy's there, and he's just trying to run around. Root him, wrath, root him, wrath while you DPS for actually does the killing. It's just fun to mess around. Anyway, Feral Combat, you want to grab Furor just for extra mana. That's all it is. And plus when you go into cat form, start with some energy to begin, plus also bear form. Sometimes you may start with some energy. I usually try to get it so I can click Enrage right here off the top of my head. just to start converting. Gain 1 rage per second. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, just start getting rage over and over and over, just to be able to pull off a skull bash and a bash. That's all I need it for. Plus mana helps out a ton. Druids need a ton of mana. Again, with this build, if you have a PvE spec, your mana is going to be higher than your health. Since it's sometimes hard for you to get mana with a lack of spirit. You're not a restoration shaman. You're not a priest. You're not a holy paladin who just don't even need mana to heal. You need a lot of mana to begin in your reserves. So then you can just innervate, which isn't a lot of mana. It's a little bit. We can't spec for it. We can't spec for it with the 4A and Dream State. Now, hold on, let me move my face here. Aha, okay. And let's see what we're talking about. Now you guys can actually see what I'm talking to you about. Now this ability here, Nature's Mastery, and increase your critical strikes. I mean, you can not your critical strikes, but it's supposed to be critical. And all we druids will play by crit. Rest of druids play by crit, and even balanced druids play by crit. Even feral play by crit. There's crit involved in there. Mastery heavily, but crit. So you want your spells to crit. So then you get 42k heal from a Life Bloom in PvP gear. That is a lot. Then Nature's Grace, you're gonna spam in regrowth everywhere, so you want your haste to go, 1 up by a few. No, this effect has 1 minute cooldown. I never knew that. I never knew it had 1 minute cooldown. Well, now we know. So, and you're gonna be, need that extra haste bonus for your blooms to start happening faster and faster and faster. Nature's Grace would help you out whenever you rejuve. And let's go on to Genesis, which honestly just had to grab over Blessing and Grove, because this increases healing by every single one of your hots, which is your Life Blooms, your Regrowth, Off Heal, Swift Mend, had a blank out moment, Wild Growth, and Rejuvenation, while Blessing of Growth covers only Rejuve, which I honestly decided to grab on in Genesis. It'll help out every single one of my healing. I use Life Blooms, I use Wild Growth, even Regrowth, Swiftman, I think a little bit more than Rejuvenation. And that's PvP aspect. In PvE aspect, again, it'll help out all your healing overall. Next one I would grab is 1 Moonglow, just to reduce some of the healing spell cost. If you want to, you can grab 1 more Diffure, but honestly, you don't gain mana that quickly. You can start with a higher bank, but still, all the spells are going to cost us just as much. I would rather be able to, recover a little bit of mana from going completely and then just allow the spells to be, a little bit more cost-effective for me. If you want to, you can actually grab instead of all Furor into Moonglow, which would be actually a wonderful idea. I just like to start with a good amount of mana to begin with, especially when priests are just like mana burn, mana burn, mana burn, mana. Oops, no mana. Innervate. Oh, mana burn. Just lock me down. Not a fun crowd. And I would grab Balance of Power. This is not a PvE aspect at all. If you're just going to be PvEer, you can grab this and stick it somewhere else. Stick it anywhere you want to. I just use this to gain hit. I'm reading some more about it. All I really do out of it is gain hit bonus for it. So instead of having like no hit in PvP, I get hit chance 10% just from that ability. No hit on my gear. No hit, just spirit. The more spirit you have, the better. Now to discuss some of my stats that I use. Honestly, for Resto Druid, there's not many stats you can really go by. Yeah, there really isn't. There's no special stat. I would say maybe go Mastery. You want to get that pretty high up in there. Minus 10, 24. And I actually don't have anything that procs Mastery. That's fine though. That's about it. Crit I would keep at 70%. So far in my experience, it has helped me a fair amount because 70% pretty much allows all my healing to crit everywhere. And let's see, haste is not as heavy. I keep it pretty low. Maybe I need more haste. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can go like play haste game instead of crit, but for PvP aspect I'll play crit. In PvE gear, I'm full normal DS with a few heroic pieces here and there. I have a lot of mastery, crit, haste, and hit because of spirit. For all your gear, if all your gear that's reforged, like let me find this right here, reforged. You want to reforge all this stuff to spirit. If it doesn't have spirit, reforge to spirit. If it already has spirit, then it probably only has resilience, and you can only reforge out of spirit. What I would recommend for some of you, sorry for the mic again, or maybe that was last time I did the mic. Sorry for the mic nonetheless. What I would recommend you guys is to grab the, this is just from personal experience as well. A lot of you are probably just going to grab, you know, Resto legs from Cataclysmic Gladiator, Wormhide, leg guards. I would actually there wouldn't be Wormhide, there would be Kodo hide. Okay, we'll kill Kodos. I would actually grab the Boomkin legs and reforge to spirit. Due to the fact that it started with a good amount of mastery, they have resilience, you take some mastery, put into spirit. Honestly, I believe I have more mana because of that. Because I have more intellect and my spells have a higher spell power to it. Where's my spell power? Spell power 9,255, that's pretty good. I'm still getting gladiator pieces. I just got my bracers. I'm getting my chest afterwards when the season, not the season, but the week resets on a Tuesday. And then I'm gonna go get the other pieces, and hopefully I'm gonna make it in time before Mr. Pandera comes out. If that comes out, then I'm just gonna scrap it and be like, okay, time to go back to my thing. Let me show you how much, what's my stats in my PvE gear. Way more mana. My mana beats my health completely, 148 to 150. 2k difference. Now my haste in here is, my spell bar is 10k. My haste is 15%, hit chance is 13, so much spirit. My crit chance is 20, and my mastery is 14.49. Yeah. This spec will, the way I have my town set up, will help out both PvE and PvP aspects. Anything else I need to go over is probably glyphs. And glyphs I would take Swiftmend, that won't consume rejuvenation or regrowth from a target, so you can still keep an extra hot on them. Rejuvenation for extra rejuvenation healing, and live blooms. So much better. So much better with that. Honestly, I don't think you can actually grab anything else. You can grab probably regrowth, but heal over time on a macro fresh situation. I don't get that one. Right now, prime glyphs, as soon as they, you know, take out prime glyphs, and we'll have major and minor just for, you know, how we want to play and effects of it. Then it's all going to be peachy. For your majors, I would actually just grab glyph when taking roots, so you can cast roots better in PvP aspect. I would add rebirth to res in battlegrounds and when you attack raid cities, and of course for PvE aspects as raiding. I'd also grab bark skin, because even in PvP, of course, but even in PvE, some of the opponent's abilities are gonna crit, and this will keep you alive way better than just having to pop tree just to stay alive. You can literally stand against Deathwing at the very last fight after his head falls, take down tentacles, take down amalgamations, and fight at his face, and you can start dying, you pop that, you'll stay alive longer just to heal up everybody else, be a selfless healer. The other ones I grab is grab Unburdened Rebirth. You don't want to have to carry a bunch of acorns in your bag. Just nuisance. Another one you can actually grab if you wish for PvP aspects. Instead of grabbing the aquatic form to increase speed, you can grab dash. So whenever you go in cat form, you can just dash more often. For me, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Challenge and Roar, nope. Mark of the Wall, nope. And the last one I grab is Treant, because I actually can't wait till Miss Pandera Treants. I'm never going to be able to get into troll form again. I'm never going to be a troll form. The only trollish thing I'm going to be is the forms like cat form, bear form, flight form, moonkin form that look trollish. You guys are probably never going to see the troll form unless they change trolls. Unless there's something going to stop me from never wanting to see my character again. Yep, this is it. I covered everything. There's talents, gear, stats, and glyphs. And after that, you guys gotta play around with it. Just get in some matches. Ask, check out some websites, and there's plenty of other guides out there. I'm not gonna go bashing them and telling them do this and that and this and that. Just try around, try playing around with it. If you want to play or just spam regrowth and healing touch, you may. Whatever works for you. I'm not gonna. We gotta start customizing this game more often. We get into Miss Panera where customizations are available. Let's try to utilize them. I've seen some players play Restoration Druid differently. So guys, thank you for this video. This is Ari here, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this mic wasn't bothering you, and I'll see you guys later.